place. They're going to be helping out, giving some supports to the cheers to the supports. What do these two teams have for each other? Level 1. Inox heading towards the bottom lane. Let me get the 2v1 swap, but they may equal it out if they decide. He's going to be hugged by Yellow Pete, so nothing crazy yet. Just a late invade, it looks like.
Yeah, EG starts with the Relic Shield on Krepo and the extra ward. Whereas Bunny Fufu started with the ward as well. He's already placed it. These guys trying to see if anything fancy is up. At this point, the standard level 1 is the lane swap so far in this Super League. So that's where teams are stacking up, and neither team is really trying to take advantage of that fact. They're both just opting into the standard. Although, if a team would have ran, if EG, for instance, would have ran all the way up into that top lane brush, they would be able to catch Curse as they tried to walk through, but that is not the way things have been done.
Inox with the crystal start for himself in the top lane. We'll have to see actually if it's going to be Curse on the red side. If they decide to go to Dragon, if this 2v1 does play out. If they actually... We're watching that CLG game and not warming themselves up, getting ready for it. CLG got both top turrets and then pushed over to Dragon. And they were able to take that for themselves. After a while, it was just really the map control it gave. Dragon didn't go down for the next few minutes after that, but the game being controlled after the 2v1 was different. And we'll have to see if Curse will be able to do that against Evil Geniuses. The invades begin, and so does the game.
Evil Genius is doing something a little interesting, actually. You can see Snoopy is at his own red buff, but Krepo and Yellow were actually just trying to stop the blue, and then they didn't take it themselves. So I imagine that'll just... I'll just tell him where the start is, and Snoopy will be able to go up and take that blue buff himself.
They definitely still put priority on Cops level 2. Bunny Fufu is going to help Quas get a little bit of movement through the jungle on that white, since he does do quite a bit of damage early.
It's just the ordering of the jungle starts is backwards here. Dominate decided to start in the enemy buff, and then go to his safe one, whereas Snoopy has done the opposite. It will not make much of an impact in the long run, though.
Quas teleports actually to his second tier in the bottom lane to get himself in to stop
He's going to try
this
and
jungle
harass Snoopy
soak up.
here. Snoopy doesn't necessarily have Smite up right now, so he's got to wait a little while. And he's actually going to require support help to safely secure this one.
Yeah, Quas is already starting to back off, but the team gets a ping on it. They're letting Krepo know where he is and if they want to put more pressure onto it. A good push in the bottom lane by Yellow Pete. We get the teleport there from Inox as we do have Dominate approaching top lane.
This means it's a 4-man push, not the 3-man push. Quas has already burned his teleport, so EG has the potential to push this much faster.
This was that 4-man push you were talking about in the Challenger series where they went all the way to the inhibitor turret. Not being on the top lane is going to give them that speed and damage on the turret. Good pressure from Pole Belter in the mid lane, so Voyboy really has nowhere to go either. He's pushed up against the turret. EG making some good moves here. Turret way faster than the top.
4 level 2s pushing that lane. If Curse does not respond to this, it could actually end up in an inhibitor turret for EG. So Curse has got to make up their mind what they want to do here. They might just have to take the 1 turret defeat and cut their losses once they get that turret, get back to base. But we'll see what they decide to do, whether it's continue pushing or go back to base.
Quas's teleport to that second tier turret is going to slow him down getting to that position. He does have to back all the way, and it looks like this turret's about down to half HP as they're getting good damage on it. Still 4 of them whacking away. Nothing's going to happen, and no rotation from Curse because it can't.
I mean, I really feel like unless Curse sends a second defender, EG could continue this push, but they actually are waiting for the minions, slowing this push down just a little bit. They want to get a big minion stack if they're going to take their run at the inhibitor turret. Curse pushing pretty quick.
Top lane gets a siege, gonna stop him for a little bit, but bottom lane is gonna have that siege coming up. If EG doesn't get it on this wave, it will be the next one easily up to that inhibitor turret as well. Mid lane, like I was just talking about, a little bit of the CS there to make sure we know what's going on in the island, since top and bottom are the focus right now.
Yeah, EG decides not to push quickly despite having 4 people in the lane. And ends up being an even trade. Now it's just all about the counter rotations from Curse. I feel like EG didn't take as big an advantage of that 4-man stack as they could have. Even so, they end up just trading. Standard start.
Pole Belter has to be pretty careful in that situation. Get himself out. Doesn't have too many wards to keep himself safe, but they do have to worry about now Cop in the top lane. He's kind of just been going on by himself. Has not backed yet. Looks like he may do that for himself to finally get a buy on. 28-27. Everybody comes out of that actually pretty equal, and there's no move for the Dragon this time.
Yeah, they're rather low. Both these teams actually put a very high importance on early game Dragons. Snoopy, though,
Flash for flash.
had to be done. Right there, that's going to harm Snoopy's ability to gank especially. The flash gank from Pantheon is one of his best assets, and Pobelter continues to harass down Voyboy.
He just stood there seeing that Voyboy has no mana. He's being a bully.
Something really key is even though blue buffs have been taken by both sides, neither of the blue buff camps have been cleared. Which means this Nidalee Lulu matchup, two of the most blue-reliant mid laners, are going to be substantially delayed on their access to blue buff. Dominate just cleared his blue. That means it'll be up at around 11 minutes, and EG is still not cleared their small golems.
Gonna be rough. Snoopy's been spending a lot of time in the other half of the jungle, so he's really had nothing to get over there and tell him that that needs to be cleared. 6 minutes in, Inox returns to the top lane. His teleport is down right now, so he's gonna be just staying up there trying to farm it out. Dragon may have to be the long walk for these top laners. Not for Iquas, though, actually.
Check out the little guy.
Finally, got it down.
11:30.
Yeah.
That's when that blue's going to be up again.
We'll see if that affects any of the siege pressure that could happen in these lanes. I'm gonna say Dominate not back, and just yet the Zenith Blade pulls him out of range for the Cocoon to safety, but then a little bit of trouble. They're all right in the outcome.
Took a fair bit of damage from that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Lane's still just trying to shove. AD carries matching each other. Cop does get Zenith, though. Oh, there's the slow.
1-2 after the other. Cop has barrier, Cop has flash. One is used to get himself out safely. In the top lane, we're gonna see a little bit of pressure onto onto Inox rather. Well, that's Voyboy. God. The Nidalee, not Inox, Voyboy.
Nidalee's being everywhere. Pobelter actually going for a kill. Uh-oh!
Sticky situation for him. He gets himself behind the turret. The Ardent Blaze trying to peel him off, but he can only do auto attack damage after that. Maybe picking himself up a kill, but he could put himself in the death position. Oh, he does put himself in that spot to die. One more shot. The auto attack. No more caster minions. Throwing him out. There's the Dark Binding. Oh, the auto attack.
He miscalculated the damage from the Morgana auto. He did not think that would cause him to have to barrier. Well, at least he still has barrier, but he falls.
Uncalculated, if you will.
That was one of the not calculated moves.
2-2 now in kills as kind of getting the ones just on the edge. Quaz is doing what he can to farm out these minions and stop them from hitting up his turret. Finally turns on to Crepo there to get them off with a bit of damage and harass. He's doing fine in the top lane for a 3 resource being put up here by EG, and their mid's being pushed.
Yeah, Quas and Rise both trying to get the farm on. We've got to take a look at what happened in this top lane, however. Just a big dive onto Voyboy, obliterated him while that action was happening in the mid lane. Nice kill on Nidalee, but the respawn happened. It's Dragon for Curse. Meanwhile, in the top lane.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Quas is going very hard without enough vision in the brush. Goes ahead and quickly uses Subjugate to get himself out safely with a bit more. Curse takes down Dragon. Very nice there at 8:30 into the game. About a 14-minute Dragon with no knowledge over to EG on that. Well, no, they had a ward in there.
Yeah, they were also completely out of mana in the top lane, which is why that kill wasn't able to wield any benefits for EG.
Nice.
Pobelter with the nice geometry work. All that high school paying off. Still,
wow.
Inox comes back with mana, but Snoopy still has none, so the lockdown is fleeting.
They're getting a lot of kills here. Finally getting damage on the turret. They keep their focus on the right thing. Quas is trying to distract while soak up experience. And just letting the rest of the team know what's going down. Snoopy still not level 6 yet. A little late on the ultimates for him, but now they'll be able to put them into action. Not too much damage from Voyboy either. Doesn't have too much pen, just the Chalice right now.
Yeah, this has definitely been one of EG's better games. They've been able to stay very close in gold in the early game, and when they've been able to do this in the past, they've actually won a lot of games early on in the season. That's how they got most of their 6 wins. So a very, very promising start.
Right.
Knowing that Inox has his Rise items ready to go and start stacking up. Of course, Rod of Ages will be the next thing he wants to complete. They have Lulu, 70% win rate in the North American LCS. Often banned.
Get a turret pushed.
Yeah, and there's that 4-man stack right there. EG really prioritizing turrets. Curse getting pushed around a little bit. Not the greatest wave clear. So that's where their main vulnerability lies. EG trying to take advantage of it.
One shot out to Yellow Pete. Completely safe, though. I'd be very happy if Crepo had that solar flare right now. Definitely have a bit more safety to be pushing onto these turrets. As well, Snoopy will be just on the edge of that quasi-global ultimate of the Grand Skyfall. Returning to bottom lane to clear it out. Void Boy split push. Quas is going to do some work in the top as well. Curse is controlling all the lanes right now.
Here comes the ultimate from Pantheon. Let's see who the Black Shield decides to protect.
And we hear Snoopy in the background screaming out mid, and it's gonna be Cop that goes down first. Very nice teleports into the fight as well. EG is just dropping from the sky everywhere. They come out very big with 2 kills on this.
Real big kills for EG right there. The Pantheon ultimate came down just right. They caught multiple people in the same threat zone, so therefore the Black Shield was ineffective at protecting Curse. They get 2 kills and a powerful push down this mid lane.
That is going to be a turret going down. EG finally opens up the map a bit for themselves with the 3rd turret, the outer turret I should say, going down. Now the inside wars to be placed. It looks like EG is just going to start trying to take everything they can.
Right here, let's take another quick look at this one. Pantheon goes up, comes back down. But the big thing is Inox already had Cop locked down there. They blew through the Black Shield so quickly that it effectively didn't matter. And then they could just chase down Pobelter. Pixes him to death.
Just when you think you're safe, Lulu comes out of the brush. Turret goes down, Curse answers a little bit back onto that, and now only 200 gold separate these teams. Curse is trying to do exactly what EG just did, and they're going to succeed.
Yeah.
Very nice movement.
I actually feel like EG overcommitted for the blue buff steal there, because it left their mid turret and their own blue buff
Yeah.
vulnerable. Means Curse can just go shot for shot, react perfectly to what EG does, and basically make that Pantheon ult not have that big of an impact overall. Shows you the value of rotations.
Yeah. With that teleport down and the Grand Skyfall, it's definitely a window that Curse has to work with. They don't have to worry about too much. But every time that's up, EG has a chance to get themselves further ahead in this game. Now 100 gold, 4-2 and 4-3 in turrets with Dragon 2 minutes away. Snoopy would love to drop down on that fight if he could. Just getting everybody to clear the lanes. Nobody looks like they're fighting right now. All the power's off, just pushing.
Yeah. Power's also up, charging away. Quas wants to finish his Blade of the Ruined King. I wonder if he's going to stick with the Bilgewater because it still kind of serves its purpose of sustain and get tankier first. Giant's Belt is incredibly good on Trundle because of his ability to steal tank resistances. That would probably be the smart choice for Curse since they don't have a tank per se, and despite being a poke comp, will probably end up having to teamfight for some of these dragons. Looking around as well, EG really wants that Rod of Ages being completed on Inox, so he can get powerful as soon as possible, really.
Some of the latest ones, not latest, but of late, we've seen them finished around 12 or 13 minutes, so with a 10-minute charge.
True.
They're around 24, 25 minutes, fully powered up, ready to go. That tier stacking as well. He's going to have a good amount of damage coming on the backside.
Yep.
Also to follow through with these team fights.
His tier is currently at 270 out of 750, so Rise is mostly on schedule. Athene's Unholy Grail for Pobelter is, I would say, better on Lulu than it is comparably on Nidalee. Just because with the blue buff, help picks means 2 Glitter Lances.
Yeah.
And that is massive, especially in just breaking Black Shields at this point, because Bunny Fufu obviously maxes Dark Binding on Morgana, as everyone does. But Black Shield, even with his ability power, shields 100 magic damage.
Right.
Once they can get 100 magic damage down, all the crowd control of Leona and Rise and the slows from Lulu and Pantheon all work again. And that's just 1 Glitter Lance tick, completely negates it, or 1 Rise spell. It's very important, actually, that Inox is powerful so he can get in at the start of fights, blow through a Black Shield, and then enable the rest of their crowd control to hard initiate.
Well, perfect job for somebody that wants to be directly in the middle of the fight, trying to shut down everybody that's getting towards the 80 carry and the rest of the squishies. EG waiting on the edge as both teams testing each other on Baron positioning here. Curse, both, and EG have Inox and Quas ready to teleport from the top side.
Nidalee Spears are critical right now as well. If EJ gets hit by a couple, they would have to give up Dragon positioning, but if they continue to dodge them, the sheer force of their team fight ability would grant them a Dragon. So far so good. Haven't got hit by a spear yet.
Oh, great bushwhacks going down as well. Crepo stepping on one. Kind of causes them to totally reposition there. They don't like the vision that was given away. But they still will not let this Dragon go. Very good positioning by EG. Pushes out Curse, and they're going to start it.
Blocked all the spears, or dodged all the spears, got the war control, and it means they can just secure this down. And the teleport actually comes in. If they can get an initiation, this could be great for EG.
Inox looks to go over to Voidboy. The shield goes on, and he can't lock anybody down with Room Prison. They're forced to go for Quas. That means it's free roam coming out here. Inox still trying to machine gun out the DPS. Krepo's on the backside. EG is taking a lot of damage here, and now able to reassess the fight. But Curse was already on the backside doing that from the beginning. Voidboy now to move in. He has Javelin health bars in his eyes, and it looks like Inox is going to put down the rune. He throws it out, and Inox goes for the sidestep.
EG committed heavily in that fight for Bunny Fufu, and it almost cost them, but then with everyone at a sliver, you could see Curse's poke comp. They tried to play it like a dive comp, and it backfired. Voidboy cannot dive in those situations anymore. That's 2 deaths on Italy. Too many more than he needs.
Still Cop trying to get an advantage out of this. They lost 2 over to that 1 of Pole Belter, and we'll just see how this fight came about.
It split up entirely. So one thing was the Pantheon ult, which zoned Curse back, but then also Bunny Fufu's ultimate ult Morgana was really good at keeping the fight isolated. They did get on Bunny Fufu, but because he could flash away with the sliver, the rest of EG kind of had to run away from them. And they also split up right there. Some in the Dragon Pit, some elsewhere, which is why Curse felt so confident. But as you can see here, Voidboy was all alone trying to chase 2, maybe 3 people of EG, and then using his flash to get in. With all the crowd control potential of EG, he just ends up getting locked down. A beautiful spear dodge by Inox at the end.
You always walk perpendicular to the flying skill shot. You will dodge it. So goodbye is coming out on both sides with a little bit of gold influx there. The Sheen instantly coming out for Pole Belter.
Yeah, once that Lich Bane, even though it's nerfed, still going to take that diminished ratio and use it to auto-attack people down.
Put all the pain in the AAs. See, 6-3, 7.5, or 17.5. We're going to add a 1 to that. Minutes into the game, Curse, again, using organized moves to get what they want. And now they're pinching EG in here. Dominate on the other side. They do have vision of this. Krepo gets the Zenith Blade over the pillar, trying to close the distance to safety, and he is going to nicely get out of that with the LP. A little scary.
He's got their dancing shoes on. These skill shots are not landing onto them. Krepo with a very sneaky retreat. Not even having flash and getting out of that one is just awesome.
Krepo dove for that one. He said, I got it.
Yeah.
Good steal out, or not steal out, good smite out. Snoopy keeping everything to himself and the experience to EG on their side of the jungle. But Curse looks to get some forward wards in and also take down these turrets. They're going to be on the second tier. This will be one of the last. Grand Skyfall missing out quite good on that one. Pole Belter tries to get the Glitter Lance down. They're busting through the Black Shield with the AD. Not going to help you much there. Pole Belter picking up a kill.
Yeah, nice Pantheon ult by Snoopy there. His Pantheon ultimates have actually been incredibly strong this game. They are forcing Curse either into fights they don't want or splitting them up, and EG is able to get the kills afterwards.
Fancy work there. Still using that combination even without the Rise teleport. They're able to just get Inox quite safely to the fight. It looks like with Quas pushing in the bottom side, Curse could get themselves, or EG rather, get themselves an advantage in mid.
Yeah, this wasn't even from very far away, but it still did the job of getting him in and splitting up Curse. And then, obviously, everyone could just chase down Bunny Fufu because they were split up because of that Pantheon ult. If Bunny Fufu would have went through the Pantheon ult, he would have died. If he goes the other way, he gets chased down.
Take stock of what's happening in some inventories. Mid lane 153 to 119. Somewhat to be expected. You see Voidboy cleaning up camps as Voidboy was glitter lancing and bullying in lane all day long. 119 to 132 is Cop. We've seen him and Quas doing a lot of side farming. Still doing that in the top lane for himself. Curse in good position, but so is EG here.
Yeah, 4 turrets to 4 means this game is still quite close. Yeah. Unlike a lot of the EG games, they have the 2,000 gold advantage instead of the 2,000 or 3,000 gold disadvantage they would normally hold at this point. It also means EG has a tendency of just really forcing team fights at this point in the game. Because it works when they're ahead. It just doesn't work when they're behind. Since they are ahead now, this is actually a very great situation for EG to be in.
About 250 stacks off the Seraph's Embrace. About 3 more minutes for a fully charged Rod of Ages.
Yeah.
Inox still getting to that point. Got level 11s coming out now. A little more power from ultimates. Nice catch by Pole Belter.
Spear's starting to hurt.
Yeah.
Which is a danger EG absolutely has to keep track of. Also thinking about Curse and their heavily poke-focused composition. I still wonder what I talked about yesterday during the Curse pregame, which was how Curse goes really far in one direction for team compositions. They'll either go super hard initiate, like a Vi Yasuo, and just, they pick one target, and they're going to get to that target. They do not care what you do against it. Or they go like super push heavy. When they did early on in the year against CLG, they did a Jinx, Nunu, Janna composition.
Right.
And just shoved down turrets super fast. Or this poke composition, which is just all about poke with very limited teamfight potential. And I feel like they're actually not that great at poke because their true specialty is live and diving. And when they make compositions like this, they become, you know, a jack of all trades but master of none, which leaves them vulnerable to teams like EG here. Still a nice binding though, stun chain.
You can see they're all a little hesitant to go straight into the fight. Bunny Fufu still trying to retreat out. Snoopy comes in with a grand Skyfall. Right on Dominate, but it's not enough damage to take him down. He gets the heal coming out of Voyboy. Inox now with the rest of the team as they put out some good damage. It's going to be very nice plays there. 2 down on Curse's side, only for the 1 of Crepo.
Goes to show you how powerful EG is in these team fights. With poke landing, though, it becomes a little bit dangerous. Dragon is secured, however.
There's a nice little 1-2 coming from the Dark Binding Javelin. But EG is not scared off the Dragon. They do that 4 strong. You see Crepo coming out of the base, face of the mountain finished off with his Sight Stone. Looks like he's going to get that charged up one more time. A little more HP for himself. So see how this went down.
Check out Inox in this fight, because I feel like that's where a lot of the damage came from. Crepo just gets obliterated right off the bat. His ultimate just slows down Bunny Fufu, but then when Inox arrives, he lands so much AoE damage with those bounces. He actually ended up bouncing around and finishing him off, and it just continues after that, really blowing up 2 members of Curse and making them do a full retreat, despite the start of that really being a 4v5.
There's a great choice by him, too, on entrance of the fight. He came behind Red Buff instead of the ward that was directly in the fight, as to not alert Curse to his presence. So very nice job giving EG the quick edge as they rock around. Now 35,000 to 32. Really great siege clear is going to be coming in here for EG, so they're not too worried once they get to the turrets, and especially if they get the catch they want. We see what happens to Curse. They don't have the disengage they want. Just kind of pushing down mid lane, looking to soak up the rest of that experience. 2 kills, most on to Bunny Fufu right now for Curse. Not helping too much.
You see Crepo's getting rather tanky himself. He eats a spear there, but because his Eclipse shield was up, he didn't take very much damage whatsoever. Snoopy's really waiting on his Pantheon ultimate, and Curse continually comes back to this mid lane, trying to set up sieges, but there have been multiple team fights initiated on them in this point. It's kind of do or die for Curse, though. If they can't siege up as 5 with a poke comp, they cannot succeed. But since they're not landing poke and getting EG low before they set up, they're even more vulnerable to the initiations. Snoopy's ultimate will be up soon.
A little bit hitting on Inox. Not doing too much damage. Voyboy with the blue buff. That's going to be very big for them in this fight. He can keep throwing out the spears and keep the distance on. We see actually Cops build going for the static shiv. So if the poke comp does need to stay mid, they can get pushed wherever they want.
He's a little far ahead this time. Let's see if they can make it.
Skyfall's gonna land. All they have is Quas. Subjugate goes down, but Wild Growth onto him will pop him up. He denies vision, gets on the other side of the wall. What is EG's next focus? Curse with some pretty good disengage this time, but is it gonna be enough? Daybreak hits Voyboy as he goes for the leap. It's gonna be the lockdown once again, and the EG follow-up is good enough.
The chase is sufficient for EG right there. Curse could not disengage enough because the Lulu and all the rest of them are relentless. Tons of move speed coming out for EG. Another successful initiation.
EG putting the pressure onto Curse, who is looking for that 4th place. Really having that tick on their mind during this game, but initiations like this are making it tough.
This is how confident EG is. They actually initiate onto the tank, and Snoopy eats a bunch, but because they drew attention, Inox was so fast on Rise that he is the one that got locked down. Pole Belter finished him off, and then a flash stun onto Voyboy. As fast as Italy can be, EG is faster.
I like that. Snoopy ate up the trap, but also got his stun off as you went for the cast of his ability.
Nice move.
Working out well, whether it happened or not. Gets out the kills with his team, and they now take a 6,000 gold lead over Curse in this game. 5 turrets to 4. EG looks now to continue getting those forward wards out. They've got one down the mid lane, and they've got it now on both sides of mid, which are going to help, especially when Curse wants to be taking these fights.
Man, that was a desperation Baron play by Curse. They kind of need to steal a Baron or win a crazy fight to come back into this one. It's just the danger of running this long-range poke comp with low team fight potential. You don't get to force objectives like that. Therefore, they have to immediately retreat as soon as EG gets near.
As soon as Snoopy got that ultimate, EG definitely started to take control of this game. Really well-organized fights. Inox now getting to that full power Seraph's Embrace finish. The Glacial Shroud begins. He's going to be even more of a problem, but more of Quas to get some stats off of as well.
Yeah, Quas could theoretically help Inox go down, but just with the current state of the game and how Quas is somewhat starved of gold because they're so paranoid of getting initiated on it. The pillar is absolutely required by Quas to help disengage. He is just trapped between a rock and a hard place right now. He has no realistic way of getting quality farm without his team dying.
Snoopy cleaning up all the traps. We've seen him and Crepo soaking up the Bushwhacks and the Caitlyn Yordle traps. Yellow Pete, be very careful here. He does have Snoopy on the side. This could be dangerous. Ace in the hole and a lot to follow up on that. Could definitely mean a quick dead AD carry out of nowhere. 1 minute on Dragon. EG is kind of posturing here in the mid lane so they can rotate easily for that or make sure Baron is safe.
Yeah, I wonder how long until EG tries to go for the Baron. It's a bit of a process here to at least grant enough ward control inside the red jungle of Curse. They need to make sure the side lanes are all shoving first and then going for it. But right now they're pretty content just continuing to do what they've been doing. The No Dragon is up in 30 seconds. Once EG is able to get the Dragon control, they're most likely going to be able to go in and get more ward control and eventually a Baron attempt.
Well, this would be Inox now to hug towards the bottom lane. He's going to meet up with Cop. That can start to be what EG needs to really gain control, start to spread Curse a little bit more thin. Usually Curse has the upper hand in the game at this point, and they're the ones kind of with the chance to lose. Right now, they're trying to get the win back in their hands. A very nice gold lead by EG is being controlled better than we've really seen them play it out before. Their mind's set on this Super Week, and they know what it means in last place.
Curse again trying to force. They do kill it rather quickly, but if they do get engaged on it, would be a disaster. Pantheon's coming in the retreat path of Curse as well. Great placement.
They're all walking into it. Snoopy actually takes a few more steps to get on the safety side of his team, but they take him down. Guaz is the first to get hit up on this one. They do have some good escape here, but they're going to be chasing out Void Boy. Crepo hooks a fast right and tries to cut off any type of escape path. The heal comes out, and he may save himself, but they get the Glitter Lance on again. Dominate now with the Black Shield. They're just going to walk side by side on the beach for this one. He gets himself over to the Golems, now flashes over the wall to safety, but Curse is running scared.
They get 2 for the cost of 1 right there. Snoopy does get shut down, however, so that is not a disastrous force there by Curse. They had the positional jump on EG, and even though Snoopy's ultimate was placed very well, the follow-up from the team was greatly delayed. That was almost extremely clever by Curse, because they knew the timing of the Dragon, and they knew how EG was going to be there. So if EG wouldn't have ran so quickly, that could have actually been a Baron take for Curse. They almost caught EG in a pattern.
And you see the timer is still quite short in this game. No thought about Baron even after wiping the team. They go for Dragon, sure gold, and sure control of the game still. They're not going to put themselves in a scary spot. Already have the lead, and that's what they are trying to work to the nexus of Curse. Like we said, Curse looking to grab 4th here. Really wanting this win.
Yeah, but EG, how much would it mean to them if they win this game going into their XGG game at the end? Breaking their losing streak against arguably a stronger opponent they will face at the end of the day would be monsters for them. Pole Belter on Lulu is starting to take over. 256 farm, 4-2-6.
There's a reason that was first pick, quick pick for Pole Belter. Locking that one in, and then they focused on that bottom lane for EG. Something that also struggled a little bit. Made sure Champion Select prioritize where the weak, not the weak links might be, but where the problems have occurred throughout this season. Every lane has actually done their part in the wins for Evil Geniuses. Right now, everybody's doing their part, and you can see how much of a more controlled game it is.
They play very well with the lead. We've known this for a while. It's just they haven't been able to get leads for themselves, which is why the team's current patterns of all lane swapping at the start of the game really benefit EG.
Yeah. Still, I believe, different ways to handle that 2v1. We saw CLG doing it a different way last time. AG kind of just went with the flow and made sure they controlled warding, vision, and made sure that the mid lanes couldn't do much. Pobelter had good control and still does. 262 to 197 on Voyboy. It's been a large part of the game. We see Voyboy really trying to be a leading player when Curse has those leads in the game.
Yeah, but not this game. They do not have lead in this game, which is the painful thing for Curse here. The 0-4-3 Nidalee having very little impact in this game. Those spears not finding true targets. CG doing a very good job of avoiding them all. And now we're at that point where they are getting vision control around the Baron and might look to set up more. Look for them to get a few more rotations on their sweepers. And then eventually, maybe even just catch Curse trying to check rather than force it. Because they know how well Dominate steals Baron.
And is this what almost has to happen? Because how hard is it going to be for them to push into an inhibitor turret with the poke comp?
Not extremely hard, actually, but now they're trying to catch Curse checking as they see a ward and some people.
Yellow Pete throws himself right into the fire. He knows he's on the good side. What a side strafe there to get the culling over the wall. It's going to be another one going down. Cop is dead. They now have eyes focused on Voyboy. He cannot leave the safety. Locked down and taken down. 3 kills. Pobelter's going for Dominate. He gets Cocoon, but it's not going to be enough. He doesn't even need to shield himself as he whimsies back to life and back to Baron. Quas going to do what he can, but they're only really going to get some CS out of this in the lane pushed for the final hit.
Just a disastrous attempt of checking Baron vision right there for Curse. EG with their initiation, a great flank amongst all this. Watch Quas flash in and steal with a Q. Is he even going to try for it?
The one true damage of Pillar. Do it. That's going to be a lot. Oh, they want him right off the bat. He cannot get close enough. Actually uses flash and everything to get out. Teleports down as he was getting back into the game with that one. So we'll see Baron now going over to EG. They definitely played it right. They waited their time. They got the vision.
And the surrender.
They got the surrender out of Curse. 32 minutes into the game. Evil Genius is putting up a great fight for the win.